Imagine a giant invisible triangle drawn on the ocean. One corner points to the sunny island of Bermuda. Another corner points to the coast of Florida in the United States. The last corner points to Puerto Rico, a beautiful island in the Caribbean Sea. This huge area of water is called the Bermuda Triangle. For a very long time, people have told stories about this place. They say it is a mysterious and dangerous part of the world. They whisper tales of ships and airplanes that sailed or flew into the triangle and were never, ever seen again. It sounds like a place from a fantasy book, doesn't it? This part of the Atlantic Ocean is also known by another, spookier name, the Devil's Triangle. It's famous because so many strange things have supposedly happened there. The stories say that one minute, a ship is sailing on calm blue water. The next minute, it vanishes without a trace. No wreckage is found. No messages for help are heard. It's as if a giant hand reached down from the sky and plucked it right off the sea. These mysterious events have made people wonder what secrets the Bermuda Triangle might be hiding deep beneath its waves. The triangle isn't a real place you can find on a map made by sailors or pilots. It's more like an idea, a shape drawn over a busy part of the ocean. Many ships and planes travel through this area every single day without any problems at all. They carry people on vacation and goods to other countries. But the stories of the ones that disappeared have captured our imaginations. They make us ask big questions. What could possibly make a huge metal ship or a fast airplane just disappear into thin air? The mystery of the Bermuda Triangle is a puzzle that has fascinated people for many years. Why do we love these mysterious stories so much? It's because they are exciting and a little bit scary. They are like real-life ghost stories that take place on the high seas. Thinking about the Bermuda Triangle can make you shiver, even on a warm day. It makes you feel like you are on the edge of a great adventure, exploring a world full of secrets and unexplained wonders. But as we will see, sometimes the most amazing wonders are the ones that science can help us understand. The stories are fun, but the truth behind them might be even more interesting. One of the most famous stories from the Bermuda Triangle is about a group of airplanes. It happened a long time ago in the year 1945. 5 U.S. Navy planes took off from a base in Florida for a training mission. They were called Flight 19. The weather was clear when they left, but a few hours into their flight, something went wrong. The leader of the flight radioed back to the base. He sounded confused. He said his compasses weren't working and that he couldn't tell which way was west. He thought they were lost over the ocean. And soon, all radio contact stopped. The 5 planes, with 14 men on board, were never heard from again. The story gets even stranger. That very same day, a huge search and rescue plane was sent out to look for Flight 19. This plane was called a Martin Mariner. It had a crew of 13 men on board, all hoping to find the lost pilots. But then, something happened to the rescue plane too. It flew into the same area where Flight 19 had disappeared, and then it also vanished. It was as if the mystery had swallowed the rescuers as well. No one ever found any piece of the Martin Mariner or the men who were on it. It was a sad and baffling day that made the legend of the Bermuda Triangle grow even bigger. Another well-known tale is about a very large ship called the USS Cyclops. This was a huge U.S. Navy ship, as long as a football field, that was used to carry fuel. In 1918, it was sailing through the area of the triangle with over 300 people on board. It was on its way to Baltimore, Maryland. The ship sent no distress signals and never reported any problems. It just silently disappeared. The weather wasn't even very bad at the time. One day it was sailing steadily along, and the next it was gone forever. It was one of the biggest losses of life for the U.S. Navy outside of a war. These stories make the Bermuda Triangle sound like a truly terrifying place. Tales of lost ships and planes have been told in books, on television shows, and in movies. They paint a picture of a place where the normal rules of the world don't apply. People have wondered if the crews were taken by sea monsters or if the ships sailed into another dimension. The lack of wreckage makes the stories even more puzzling. When something disappears so completely, it leaves a lot of room for our imaginations to run wild with all sorts of spooky and exciting ideas about what could have happened. Because no one had easy answers, people came up with some very creative ideas to explain the disappearances. One of the most popular theories was that aliens from outer space were to blame. People imagined that UFOs, or flying saucers, were hiding under the ocean in the Bermuda Triangle. They thought maybe these aliens were capturing ships and planes to study humans and our technology. It sounds like a science fiction movie, but some people really believed this could be the reason why so many vanished without a single trace. It was an exciting explanation for a very confusing mystery. Another wild idea connects the Bermuda Triangle to a legendary lost city. Have you ever heard of Atlantis? It was said to be a powerful and advanced city that sank into the ocean thousands of years ago. Some people believe that Atlantis was located right where the Bermuda Triangle is today. The theory goes that the city's amazing power crystals are still active on the ocean floor. These crystals, they say, could create huge bursts of energy that would mess up compasses, destroy ships, and make planes fall from the sky. It's a fun story that links a modern mystery to an ancient legend. Some tales suggested that there were portals, or gateways, to other times or dimensions hidden in the Bermuda Triangle. Imagine sailing your ship straight into a shimmering wall of water and ending up in the age of dinosaurs or on a different planet. This idea suggests that the ships and planes weren't destroyed at all. Instead, they were simply transported somewhere else, far away from our world. This theory was very popular because it meant the crews might still be alive, just lost in another time or place. It was a hopeful thought, even if it was a very strange one. These myths and legends are thrilling to think about. They are full of adventure, magic, and mystery. They turn a part of the ocean into a fantasy world where anything is possible. Stories of aliens, ancient crystals, and time portals are much more exciting than simple scientific facts. That's why these ideas became so famous and are still talked about today. They allow us to wonder and dream about the unknown. But while these tales are great for storytelling, scientists have been looking for answers that are a little more down to earth. So what do scientists think is really happening in the Bermuda Triangle? Well, the truth is that there is no one single answer, because there is no one single mystery. Scientists have looked at the stories one by one and found that most of them have simple, logical explanations. They point out that this part of the ocean is known for having very strange and sudden weather. It's in an area where huge storms, like hurricanes, can form very quickly. A small ship or an old plane could easily be caught in a powerful storm and sink or crash before it could even send out a call for help. Another scientific reason has to do with the ocean floor itself. The Bermuda Triangle is home to some of the deepest underwater trenches in the world. The Puerto Rico Trench is over 5 miles deep. If a ship or plane were to sink there, it would fall so far down that finding any wreckage would be almost impossible, especially with the technology they had long ago. Also, a strong ocean current called the Gulf Stream flows through the area. This current is like a fast-moving river in the ocean. It could quickly carry any debris far, far away from where an accident happened, making it very hard for search parties to find anything. Human error is another important factor that science points to. Sometimes, people just make mistakes. A pilot might get confused about their location, like the leader of Flight 19 probably did. A ship's captain might make a bad decision in a storm. Some of the ships that disappeared were known to have problems, like the USS Cyclops, which had a history of engine trouble and was carrying a very heavy cargo. When you combine difficult jobs with powerful nature, sometimes things can go terribly wrong. It's not mysterious, it's just a sad part of life. In the end, the biggest secret of the Bermuda Triangle is that there is no secret. Scientists and the U.S. Coast Guard say that the number of accidents in this area is not really higher than in any other busy part of the ocean. We just pay more attention to the stories from here because of the legend. Thousands of boats and planes travel through the Bermuda Triangle safely every single week. So while the spooky stories are fun to tell, there's no need to be afraid. Science shows us that with good boats, modern technology, and careful captains, the Bermuda Triangle is just another beautiful part of our amazing world.